Good evening, and welcome everyone to the 97th commencement ceremony of St. Genevieve High School for the class of 2012. I would also like to welcome those watching this via closed circuit in the auditorium, and to those watching graduation streamed live via the internet. I ask that everyone please remember this commencement ceremony is an important occasion for our graduates, families, and friends. It represents the culmination of 13 years of work. Although it is a happy time, it should be a ceremony and not a celebration. Your conduct at the ceremony should be dignified. Our bleachers are noisy. Please limit movement up and down the bleachers. We also ask that you turn off all cell phones or other electronic devices that might interfere with the ceremony. We thank you for your cooperation. I now call on the senior class president, Ms. Kristen Marie Meyer, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand, and gentlemen, please remove your caps or hats.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to call on the 2012 salutatorian, Miss Ellie Leah Kornack.
Thank you, Mr. Haney, for introducing me. As he said, my name is Ellie Kornack, and I would first like to start off by welcoming everyone who is here tonight. Today is the day, one of the biggest, if not the biggest days of our young lives. The day we thought would never come, but has quickly crept up on us. The day we graduate from St. Genevieve High School. Or, in other words, a nice way of saying, it's time for you guys to get out of here and do something with your lives. This day is not only important to the graduates, but also to their families and loved ones. When I found out that I had the honor of giving a speech to my entire class and the thousands of guests here tonight, to tell you the truth, I was extremely nervous, but I was also extremely excited. However, there was one problem. How was I going to fit our entire high school experience into one 6-minute speech? There was no way I could even fit it into a 60-minute speech. So I tried to sum it up the best I could. It seems like just yesterday we were getting ready for our first day of high school. We were all scared, nervous, and just downright awkward. We can all distinctly remember looking at the senior class when we were freshmen and thinking they were the biggest, most mature group of people we have ever seen. And we wanted so bad to be in their positions. Well, the time has come, and now that we are in their positions, we realize how fast high school has actually gone by. And although the time that has passed is something we will never be able to get back, we are able to leave high school with the many cherished memories and experiences. Things such as singing the school song during running of the halls, getting decked out in green and white the day we play our crosstown rivals, dancing with our friends at prom and homecoming, and even accepting the fact that Mr. Zuspin really thinks everyone's name is Stacy. Along with all the memories we have made, I feel that it is important to include the class of 2012's most treasured accomplishment. We are the class that started a tradition and has left behind a legacy, not just in our academic integrity, but also in our immense amount of pride and spirit for our school. We are a class that takes action, not one that sits on the sidelines while our teachers pressure us into being involved. It was different this year. We had a goal to display our school pride at such a high level that it would leave behind a lasting impression on the younger classes to come. I feel that staff and students alike can say that this goal is far beyond reached. So, tonight we are here to celebrate the many accomplishments of the class of 2012. The 4 years of hard work and dedication have finally paid off. All the late night studying, early morning tutoring, and social life sacrifices were worth the outcome of being able to walk across this stage in front of all of our families and friends to accept our diploma. A certificate that symbolizes the end of a very significant phase in our lives and the beginning of the next most important phase of a new life outside of school. A phase where all of our high school learnings will come into great use and better prepare us for the successful lives ahead of us. We should all be extremely proud of ourselves for achieving such an excellent goal. We all need to consider this moment of accomplishment, this very point in time. We need to keep with us the lessons that we have learned during high school, those being from our accomplishments, successes, failures, studies, or even extracurricular activities. We need to be able to use these lessons as a guide in our future plans to be the most successful people we can possibly become. The type of people who follow their own dreams and not the dreams of others. The type of people who are proud of themselves and their lifestyle. High school has prepared us each with the skills to learn, attitude to succeed, abilities and creativity to make a difference, and the courage to work to meet the needs and assist in solving the problems that face society. It is now our turn to apply these skills and pursue the life that we have always dreamed of. As the class of 2012, our time has finally come to an end. It is now our time to venture off into bigger and better things. However, we should always remember and thank the people who have been influences in our lives and have gotten us where we are today. Whether they are friends, teachers, coaches, sisters, brothers, moms, dads, whether they are here in your life today or watching over you. Just remember that they support your dreams and will, no matter what, be truly proud of the person you have become. So, there is one piece of advice I have for the class of 2012 as we part and begin our new lives, and that is, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their own dreams. So dream big, and your opportunities are limitless. Thank you.
I now call on Mr. John Mooney for the presentation of the Instrumental Music Awards.
This year's recipient of the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award is Cody Schwendt. And this year's recipient of the John Philip Sousa Award is Megan Fleeman.
I now call on Mrs. Michelle Jokerst for the presentation of the National Choral Award.
This year's National School Choral Award goes to Miss Madeline Fleeg.
I now call on Mr. Jeff Nix for the presentation of the 2012 Athletic Awards.
This year's Armella Peterson Award for Outstanding Senior Female Athlete goes to Miss Ellie Lee Cornack. This year's Mal Kimmel Award for Outstanding Senior Male Athlete goes to Mr. Brendan Robert Weiler.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to call on the 2012 valedictorian, Ms. Kristen Marie Meyer.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Haney, and thank you to all friends, family, teachers, and everyone else here celebrating with us, and all those who are watching on the internet and in the auditorium. Well, seniors, I can now officially say, class of 2012, we finally made it! Man, we have been through a lot together. We've grown up with one another, learned from each other, and overall had a blast together. The person you are is because of the people who are surrounding you tonight. We have developed our sense of morals, our sense of humor, and our sense of courage with one another. Now separately, we are told to face the world. The fact is that it's your choice how your life turns out. It is your life, so it is your choice. Choose to make your life the best it can be. I pray to God that you never let an opportunity pass you by that you will regret later. I pray you open every door of opportunity that is in front of you, and if one slams in your face, I pray you have the courage to seek out a new door or the strength to build a whole new one and walk through it with pride. Please do not ever think for a second that things you never thought would happen to you won't. Life is so unpredictable, so make the most of every situation that you come across, whether it be good or bad. You are only getting older. You will never be as young as you are right now, and every second you let slip by is only 1 second you're closer to dying. But that does not mean that you should live life expecting death and playing it safe. Take risks, do something crazy, and live with no regrets. When that wild hair influences you to do something you normally would not, do not cut it off before you have the opportunity to let it grow into something amazing. Of course, sometimes you're going to have to take a step back and check yourself before you wreck yourself. Sometimes you're just going to have to be a little silly and dance like a sushi roll. Sometimes you're going to have to do things all by yourself that seem as hard as trying to teach yourself how to play the banjo. But I know you can do it because some of you already have. But please, most of all, do not forget where you came from, who loves you the most, what your dreams are, and where they may take you. When I heard the next part of my speech, I was so moved that I was almost speechless for a little bit. Brittany Stokes may be the most eccentric person I know, but she definitely has a way with words. When she read me the piece for the senior newspaper, I knew that it had to be read to the senior class, and everyone here celebrating with us if she would allow me the honor. And she has, so here goes. Life is like a book. It gets better. You just have to keep turning the pages. This is not the end of our novel, but the beginning of a new chapter. For 4 years, we have attempted to discover how we want to be remembered. We have made memories that will last a lifetime and friendships that will last forever. We wish we could have remembered the way we felt that year. We wish we could have captured our mother's single tear. If only we had realized this would all go way too fast, we would have been more focused on making our memories last. As Chapter 1 came to a close and each of us had grown, we looked back on our first 6 years and understood we weren't alone. Starting middle school is Chapter 2. We're told it's no big deal. Being that small and vulnerable makes our fears so very real. This is our one and only chance. We have to get it right. We begin planning our future, and we want it to be bright. And now it is made ever so clear as we reach the end of our senior year, our fears and courage helped us through to make our dreams, once dreamt, come true. Taking the stage, all eyes on me, this is who I want to be. The past 4 years, still fresh in my mind, this is not what I planned to find. Not only friends, but family too. It's hard to leave with so much left to do. I accept that moving forward will bring new fears, but I will not sit in defeat, rather smile through the tears. As we continue on our separate ways, we wait longingly for that special day when we meet again after 5 short years. We're filled with laughter, no longer tears. As we look back on our high school days and everything we have been through, we owe it all to St. Genevieve High. It's because of you that we had the courage to fly. And now there is not much more to do but say thank you from the class of 2012. Besides Brittany's amazing poem, I searched and searched for powerful quotes by great authors and motivators of our past and of our present. But none could really sum up what I want to leave you, the class of 2012, with. So I came up with something that I pray you keep in mind for the rest of your lives. I hope you never give up trying to be the best you can possibly be at everything you do. I hope you are successful in your endeavors, and I hope that you have fun doing it, so that when people look at you, they have no doubt that you are living life to the fullest. Good luck, God bless, and most of all, have fun.
At this time, we would like to give special recognition to special awards received by the following groups of seniors. Graduates wearing light blue satin pendants are members of the Dragon Chapter of the National Honor Society. This organization is the most prestigious of the co-curricular groups at the high school level. Members are selected by a faculty committee and are students who reflect outstanding accomplishments in the area of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. All 4 areas are equally considered, and students selected for membership must continually strive to use their talents and skills for the improvement of society. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And would everyone please hold your applause until all students are introduced. Taylor Beckett, Megan Fleeman, Allison Gettinger, Logan Giesler, Catherine Gons, Amanda Grass, Xavier Greither, Ellie Cornack, Jessica LaRose, Kristen Meyer, Haley Reed, Cody Schwint, and Sarah Stiegel. These are your National Honor Society members from the class of 2012. Students, you may be seated. Several of the students tonight are wearing gold honor cords. The honor cord exemplifies scholastic achievements during the past 4 years. The unique feature about the honor cord is that all students, regardless of their program of study, have an equal opportunity to achieve this honor. We have 2 groups of students wearing these honor cords tonight, the honor students and the high honor students. Honor students are the students that have been on the high honor roll and regular honor roll a total of at least 12 quarters during the past 4 years. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And would everyone please hold your applause until all the students have been introduced. Alyssa Bosley, Clayton Bowman, Courtney Bowman, Jason Beffa, Joshua Bleckley, Brittany Bloom, Jonathan Brewer, Derek Brown, Cody Buell, Thurn Clements, Michael Dickens, Brandon Doherty, Kyle Figge, Michael Finley, Ashley Fleeg, Madeline Fleeg, Kelsey Gettinger, Catherine Gons, Brittany Godshaw, Amanda Grass, Tyler Grimminger, Elise Grieshaber, Travis Greither, Devin Hattenauer, Crystal Huber, Paige Johnson, Hannah Klein, Maxwell Klein, Jasmine Keene, Megan Mailer, Daniela Michaels, Kayla Morgan, Rachel Nicholson, Colleen Nicholson, Shelby Norden, Megan Piku, Amber Ram, Joshua Rosenzweig, Devin Schilly, Holly Schilly, Joshua Seeker, Brittany Stokes, Brendan Weiler, Ethan White, and Thomas Williams. These are your honor students for the class of 2012. Students, you may be seated. High honor are those students that have been on the high honor roll at least 13 quarters and regular honor roll for 3 quarters during the past 4 years. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And would everyone please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Taylor Beckett, Wayne Karen, Megan Fleeman, Allison Gettinger, Logan Giesler, Jessica Gray, Xavier Greither, Ellie Cornack, Jessica LaRose, Kristen Meyer, Dustin Rainey, Haley Reed, Jacob Robinson, Cody Schwint, Sarah Stiegel, and Alexandria Turek. These are your high honor students. Students, you may be seated. We are very proud to acknowledge our A+ Schools program graduates wearing green and white cords of distinction. These students have met the A+ requirements, which are a 6.875 non-weighted cumulative grade point average, 95% cumulative attendance over all 4 years. They have maintained good citizenship and have performed at least 50 hours of tutoring and mentoring. As certified A+ students, they are eligible for tuition assistance to attend any Missouri community college or vocational technical school. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And everyone, again, please hold your applause until all students have been introduced. Clayton Bowman, Courtney Bowman, Jason Beffa, Brittany Bloom, Corey Bollinger, Derek Brown, Cody Buell, Rebecca Collinan, Theron Clemens, Michael Dickens, David Ditch, Brandon Darty, Megan Fleeman, Ashley Fleeg, Madeline Fleeg, Derek Gettinger, Amanda Grass, Jessica Gray, Tyler Grimminger, Elise Grieshaber, Travis Greither, Devin Hattenauer, Paige Johnson, Maxwell Klein, Ellie Cornack, Zachary Kuchta, Jasmine Keene, Jessica LaRose, Dylan Laws, Kristen Meyer, Daniela Michaels, Rachel Nicholson, Colleen Nicholson, Dustin Rainey, Amber Ram, Haley Reed, Jacob Robinson, Jessica Schmidt, Cody Schwint, Joshua Seeker, Katie Stacy, Sarah Stiegel, Alexandria Turek, Brendan Weiler, and Ethan White. This is the 11th graduating class from the St. Genevieve High School as A+ seniors. They've worked here. Students, you may be seated. Students wearing the gold stoles are the current 2011-2012 senior class officers. Ladies, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And would everyone please hold your applause until all students are introduced. The President, Ms. Kristen Marie Meyer. The Vice President, Ms. Jessica Nicole LaRose. The Secretary, Ms. Haley Ann Reed. The Treasurer, Ms. Amanda Nicole Grass. And the Historian, Ms. Hannah Jennifer Parati Klein. These are the senior class officers of 2012. Please give them your applause. Ladies, you may be seated. 4 special awards are presented at graduation to 2 girls and 2 boys in the senior class. These students are voted on by the entire high school teaching staff, and they represent outstanding characteristics such as character, leadership, citizenship, and scholarship. The following 2 recipients of the 2012 Danforth I Dare You Awards are, for the ladies, Miss Kristen Marie Meyer. And for the gentleman, Mr. Dustin Michael Rainey. Thank you. The 2 recipients for the 2012 Outstanding Senior Girl and Senior Boy Awards are, the Outstanding Senior Girl is Miss Jessica Nicole LaRose. And the Outstanding Senior Boy is Mr. Logan Matthew Giesler. Many other students have received honors. These honors have been listed on the inside of the program you've received tonight. Please refer to the program to review the additional numerous academic accomplishments of the class of 2012. Also, each year we would like to take a moment to recognize those students who receive local scholarships. We sincerely appreciate the support of the community and businesses that fund these scholarships that the students receive. These scholarships are appreciated by the students, and I know they will help these students to achieve their goals. At this time, I would like to recognize these students and the businesses that sponsor the scholarships. Students, please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Please hold your applause until all recipients and scholar donors have been recognized. Clayton Bowman, the Glenn Adams Memorial. Courtney Bowman, Plaza Tire Service, Little Saline Sportsman's Club, and Bader Land Surveying. Taylor Beckett, the Country Music Association Incorporated, and the St. Genevieve R2 faculty. Brittany Bloom, the Women's Club, Helen Smith. Jonathan Brewer, the St. Genevieve Lions Club. Logan Berger, Herzog Construction. Candace Burr, St. Genevieve County Horseshoe League, the All Sports Boosters, and the Peggy Johnson Memorial. Megan Fleeman, St. Genevieve High School FCCLA, St. Genevieve Elementary MSTA, and the St. Genevieve High School Band Boosters. Ashley Fleeg, the MFA Foundation. Madeline Fleeg, the American Legion Post 150, the St. Genevieve Chamber of Commerce, and the Lydia Denton Memorial. Allison Gettinger, Sylvanus Products Incorporated, Bank of Bloomsdale, Eric Scott, Hill and Dale Garden Club. Logan Giesler, Small Business and Bloomsdale Excavating. Amanda Grass, Raymond W. Thomas Memorial and Mid-America Rehab. Tyler Grimminger, Don Heil Oil Company Incorporated. Elise Grieshaber, the Lost Acres Antique Tractor Club. Travis Greither, the Dylan Greither Memorial. Xavier Greither, St. Genevieve Rotary Club. Devin Hattenauer, Wolks Insurance Agency. Crystal Huber, the Bloomsdale Elementary PTO. Ellie Kornack, the St. Genevieve Elks Lodge 2674, Barley Automotive, and the Linda Coleman Henson Volleyball. Jasmine King, the St. Genevieve NEA, Knights of Columbus Council 1037. Jessica LaRose, St. Genevieve Community Foundation. Sarah Linderer, the Steelworkers Local 169G. Abby Meyer, the St. Genevieve JCs and the Zell JCs. Kristen Meyer, Wholesome and National Honor Society. Daniela Michaels, the St. Genevieve High School. Kayla Morgan, Bloomsdale Elementary PTO, Karen McCursey. Colleen Nicholson, St. Genevieve Elks Lodge 2674 Associate's Degree, and the Weingarten JCs. Dustin Rainey, the American Legion Post 150, the St. Genevieve Yanks Dave Stiegel. Amber Ram, Citizens Electric Corp. and Lakenin Insurance Agency. Haley Reed, LaHosse North America Chemical Lime, and the St. Genevieve High School FBLA. Joshua Rosenzweig, St. Genevieve Rotary Club. Devin Schilly, the Classic Cruisers Car Club, and the George Finley Senior Memorial. Holly Schilly, the Glenn Adams Memorial. Cody Schwint, St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital medical staff. Joshua Seeker, Sylvanus Products Incorporated. Sarah Stiegel, the Women's Club Young Women's, the St. Genevieve County Pork Producers, and the German Club. Brittany Stokes, the St. Genevieve Elementary MSTA, and the American Legion Post 150 Level Oratorical Contest, and the St. Genevieve NEA. Samantha Stupi, VFW Post 2210. Brendan Weiler, All Sports Boosters, and St. Genevieve High School. And Ethan White, St. Genevieve County Democratic Club. We'd like to also thank, as part of the small business donors that include Fowler Bus Service, Dairy Queen, T. Drury Contracting Incorporated, Point Based Development Corporation, Shoe Sons Plumbing and Heating, Oberly Meats, United Brotherhood of Carpenters Local 2030, Fisher Quarry and Hauling, Jerry Herman Construction, Roads 101, Ultra Flow Corporation, Rottler and Heelskamp PC, St. Genevieve County Farm Bureau, Loida Ag Services, the St. Genevieve Herald, Bosler Funeral Home, Lurk Custom Cabinets, Al Agnew Collection, Klein's Pharmacy, Computer Solutions, Sampson Guns and Ammo, Show Me Shop, Sarah's Ice Cream, St. Genevieve Manufacturing Company, Country Mart, and Dunsey Construction. Please give these scholarship recipients and businesses a round of applause. Students, you may be seated. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the students of the class of 2012 who have enlisted to serve our country and have received their detachment dates. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing, and would everyone hold your applause until all students have been introduced. Mr. Jacob Nicholas Byington, United States Marines. Mr. Ethan Henry Figge, United States Marines. And Mr. Dylan Timothy Wheeler, the United States Marines. These are the students of the Armed Forces for the class of 2012. Please give them your applause. Thank you. At this time, I would also like to ask that all veterans of the armed forces who are in attendance tonight, please stand so we may recognize you. Veterans, please. We sincerely thank you for your service. Before I call the next individual to the podium for several introductions and comments, I would be remiss if I did not take a moment to mention a few things about him. It is through his vision and leadership over the past 22 years that we've been able to expand this gymnasium and build another. We have built numerous new classrooms, libraries, rebuilt the football and track complex, and of course, most recently, constructed the amazing new Performing Arts Center. He did all of this without ever raising taxes for debt service. During his time as superintendent, we have also been blessed with unprecedented academic success. By my calculations, he has, in one way or another, positively impacted the lives of over 4,000 students in St. Genevieve, many of which are seated in this gymnasium tonight. Please show your appreciation for his lifetime of dedication and service to the St. Genevieve R2 School District as I welcome to the podium for the last time as superintendent, Mr. Michael A. Stewart. Mr. Stewart.
Thank you, one and all. Those accomplishments come as a result of many factors that I'll probably mention a couple of times, but mainly because of being able to hire the right people, of having a strong school board behind you, and a strong community behind you. And so those things can be accomplished in that manner. I thank you very much. The superintendency is an interesting position, and I thank you for letting me serve as your district superintendent for 22 years. This is my last night also, seniors, and it's my 56th year in education, so total from first grade, okay? So I have a little poem here, Dale, that I think speaks not only of superintendency, but lots of jobs and lots of responsibilities. Perhaps more for the superintendent because as a superintendent, you have to try to deal with such a wide group of people. And it's called the Superintendent's Lament. And it says, if I express myself on a subject, I'm trying to run things. If I'm silent, I'm dumb and have lost interest. If I'm always at my office, I don't get out and learn what's going on. If I'm out when you call, I'm not tending to business. If I'm not at home at night, I'm out carousing. If I'm home, I'm neglecting important outside contact and activities. If I don't agree with a person, I'm bullheaded. If I do agree, I have other ideas of my own. Or I don't have other ideas of my own. If I don't do what I'm requested to do, I'm a darn poor official. If I do agree, well, that's what I'm paid for. If I give someone a short answer, I'm too big for my britches. And if I attempt to explain the pros and cons of an issue, I'm a know-it-all and long-winded and old fogey. And of course, I'd never do that. If I'm well-dressed, I think I'm a big shot. If I'm not, I'm a poor representative of my office. If I'm on the job a short time, I'm inexperienced. If I've been on the job, been out there too long, it's time for a change. Well, it's time for a change. So this night is for our graduates, though, so let us concentrate on them and their graduation tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce the platform guests this evening. First of all, the Board of Education of the St. Genevieve R2 School District. These people serve the community and the school district without compensation. They spend countless hours formulating policy and making decisions in the interests of our young people. They have played a major role in the many advances our district has made over the past many years and those into the future. I would like to ask them to stand. As I introduce them, please remain standing until all have been introduced. Please hold your applause also until all have been introduced. First, our board president, 22 years on the district. She didn't hire me. She came in April after they hired me in February, Ms. Martha Riesinger. Then our vice president, Ms. Joan Dunsey, who's been on the board 9 years. Our secretary, Mr. Terry McDaniel, who's been on the board 11 years. Our member of the board, Mr. James Kirshner, who's been on the board 18 years. Member Eric Bosler has just finished his first year on the board. member, Mr. Charlie Carruthers, who's finished his first year on the board, and our newest board member, Mr. Dave Bova. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Mr. Haney referred to bond issues and movement forward, and that's always what you have to be doing, is moving forward. In a school business, if you're smart, you move forward always thinking of the kids. We really appreciate your support in our last issue. With your 76% approval of a $9.5 million bond issue this past 2 years ago, we completed during this past year rewiring and relighting of the whole district. We were able to add classrooms and a library at Bloomsdale, several classrooms at St. Genevieve Elementary, and then our new fine arts, which includes an auditorium. The Board of Education and I would like to say thank you to the community for your continued support in improving our school district. Also, I want to introduce our administrators. To start with, Ms. Shelley Jokers, Assistant Superintendent, and your new Superintendent-elect, please stand. Mr. Chris Haney, our high school principal, and Mr. Scott Mercer, our assistant principal. Please give them a round of applause. Graduates, we're about to reach that moment you've been striving for since you began in kindergarten 13 years ago. On behalf of the staff and administration of St. Genevieve School District, allow me to extend to you my most sincere congratulations. You have all truly earned the diploma you are to receive this evening. Tonight is your night. But don't ever forget those that have helped you to get to where you are today. Your teachers, your librarians, counselors, coaches, principals deserve a share of this glory. Don't forget the technology staff, the cafeteria staff, the maintenance staff, the custodians, the teacher assistants, secretaries, community volunteers, school nurses, and bus drivers for their part in making our school district a pleasant place in which to learn. Most of all, the happiness and pride of this moment is something to be shared with your parents. They have given you nearly everything you possess, including life itself. Parents of graduates, please stand. Please. Also with them, grandparents of graduates, please stand. I'm a grandparent, so I'm special. Graduates, let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you all. Now, graduates, if you would all please stand where you're at. Both sides. Mrs. Riesinger and members of the Board of Education, it's my pleasure to declare to you that the young people assembled before you have fulfilled all the requirements as set forth by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education and additional requirements as set forth by the St. Genevieve Board of Education. And they are now eligible to receive their high school diplomas along with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the St. Genevieve High School senior class of 2012. My side? Swing it. Let me swing it around.
Kristen Marie Meyer. Raven Nicole Apt. Alyssa Lynn Bosler, Clayton Charles Bowman, Courtney Louise Bowman, Jason Scott Beffa, Taylor Danielle Beckett, Jacob Gregory Billings, Joshua Dale Blackley, Brittany Michelle Bloom, Corey William Bollinger, Jonathan Michael Brewer, Derek James Lee Brown, Jacqueline Ray Brown, Cody Dylan Buell, Logan Christopher Bergert, Candace Marie Burr, Stephen Michael Burrows, Jacob Nicholas Byington, Rebecca Ann Clananan, Tiffany Louise Campbell, Tyler Ellis Campbell, Kevin Anthony Capps, Brian Raymond Carroll, David Allen Karen, Wayne Michael Karen, Andrew Nicholas Cash, Theron Gregory Clements, Chrisman Nicole Creek Hernandez, Jenna Lene DeRouche, Michael David Dickens, David Milton Ditch, Brandon Michael Doherty, Avery John Fallert, Ethan Henry Figge, Kyle Joseph Figge, Michael Ray Finley, Megan Leanne Fleeman, Ashley Nicole Fleeg, Joshua Ethan Fleeg, Madeline Ray Fleeg, Allie Joe Ford, Allison Rose Gettinger. Derek Gregory Gettinger. Emily Louise Gettinger. Kelsey Sue Gettinger. Samantha Marie Gettinger. Logan Matthew Giesler. Catherine Elizabeth Alberta Gons. Brittany K. Gottschall. Amanda Nicole Grass. Jessica Marie Gray. Tyler Gerard Grimminger. Elise Margaret Grieshaber. Catherine Pearl Grimson. Travis Michael Greither. Xavier James Greither. Devin Carter Hattenhauer. Stephen Jean Heinzman. Shelby Ellen Hollander. Lee Lynn Howard. Crystal Ann Huber. James Russell Isbell II. Paige Danielle Johnson. Hannah Jennifer Parade Klein. Yeah, it's Ellie Lee Cornack. Maxwell Carl Klein. Bethany Ann Korn. Zachary David Kuchta. Jasmine Nicole Keene. Jessica Nicole LaRose. Bailey Lynn Lavender. Dylan Anthony Laws. Wesley David LeClaire. Curtis O'Neill Lewis. Sarah Marie Linderer. Tyler Jacob Lawrence. Jordan Matthew Lurk. Megan Elizabeth Mailer. Dennis Earl Madison II. Abby Lynn Meyer. Daniela Denise Michaels. Dennis Ray Mills. Terry Lynn Moon II. Michael Matthew Mooney. Nicholas Damian Mooney. Kayla Dawn Morgan. Paige Elizabeth Messinghoff. Rachel K. Nicholson. Colleen Rochelle Nicholson. Shelby Dawn Norden. Kayla Darlene O'Brien. Jacob Anthony Papin. Brandon Paul Parmalee. Kyle Allen Peary. Megan Elizabeth Piku. Teresa Rose Piles. Dustin Michael Rainey. Amber Nicole Ram. Jeffrey Anna Rector. Hallie Ann Reed. Taylor Marie Reimer. Jacob Charles Robinson. Joshua Adam Rosenzweig. Devin Thomas Lane Shilley. Holly Renee Shilley. Jessica Marie Schmidt. Paige Elizabeth Schreiber. Cody Michael Schwint. Joshua Michael Seeker. Megan Alicia Smith. Jaden Christopher Speakman. Katie Elizabeth Stacy. Sarah Aline Stiegel. Gary Wayne Stevens. Brittany Dava Stokes. Kimberly Ray Stretch. Brian Keith Strubinger. Samantha Ray Stupi. Samuel William Sulzer. Jacob Lewis Sutton. Sarah Ann Tirana. Alexandria Morgan Turek. Brendan Robert Weiler. Dylan Timothy Wheeler. Ethan James Michael White. Thomas Preston Williams. Michael Joseph Witu. Dusty Aaron Young.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us please stand and applaud the graduates. Graduates, please stand. As we close our graduation ceremony, we ask that the audience stay seated until all graduates have exited the building. They will meet you outside the building at the front of the gymnasium briefly before boarding the buses for project graduation. At this time, I would like to again call on the class officers for the last time as students of SGHS to lead us in the singing of the school song and the traditional changing of the tassel.